We're up and running.
Perfect. Welcome, everybody.
Morning.
Awesome.
Hello, where are you?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, hello.
Hello.
Today's session is about stretching primarily. We will have some strength stuff to go through before we get stretching, because we want to warm up the muscles and everything before we just do some static stretches. Not super beneficial. But before we do, I might just go through a little bit of the education that we've prepared here about what is stretching and why it's important. So you're welcome to take a seat if you like. I've just got a little bit here to read, and then I can instruct you through some of the exercises. So there's two primary reasons for stretching, especially after a workout. So the first one is to enhance joint range of movement, so i.e. flexibility, and to reduce risk of injury. So joint range of movement, there are many factors which contribute to restricted joint range of movement, one of which being muscle tightness. Muscles can become short and tight through postural adaptations like chronic poor posture, scarring, spasms, contractions. And so short, tight muscles aren't necessarily strong, so they don't have the same ability to do their primary role that they're intended for in your body. So resistance training involves a muscle or a muscle group contracting to produce the force in order to push, pull, lift, or lower. Therefore, without adequate stretching and lengthening for that specific muscle group, after this type of exercise, tightness can occur, which can limit range of movement and may create a muscle imbalance. So the injury risk side of things is that musculoskeletal injuries can occur due to that imbalance between the muscle groups on each side of your body, muscle groups that oppose each other. So if a particular muscle group is tighter than its antagonistic muscle, so its opposing muscle, then its ability to stretch during a movement may be compromised and can place the muscle and its tendon at risk of strain. So too much loading in not the right kind of way. Promoting a balance between two opposing muscles by stretching tight structures and strengthening weak muscles can reduce that risk of injury. Basically, that's all. Any questions?
No.
No, makes sense. Perfect. Let's get into a warm-up. So today you will need just your dumbbells, potentially a wall, and a chair. Now, Colin, I understand you're doing it all sitting down.
Sorry, I'm just sitting down.
Sitting down. Cool. Perfect. So I'll try and give a few just little adaptations for the exercises there, but most of it today is actually all upper body anyway, so you shouldn't have too many issues with most of these that you can do them. Cool. So basically it's let's jump into our warm-up. So most of these you should be able to do sitting down pretty easily, Colin, but if I think you need an extra one, I'll let you know. I'll leave you all on all your audios on, so just sing out if there's any issues rather than having to get up and unmute yourself. It makes it a little bit easier, but just be mindful if you are talking or doing something everyone can hear kind of thing. It'll take away from my audio. So let's get into it. So for everyone else, if you want to stand up. So we're just going to start with our nice breath in and stretch up to this roof. So you can still do it seated if that's what you need. So as you breathe in, reaching up to the roof, really try and stretch out your spine as much as you can. Then relax your shoulders, let your arms come down, and do a couple more. So breathing in again. Good, and down. And in. Last one. Good. We're going to do a few spinal rotations. So just placing your hands out in front. You can go long or just short. We're just going to do some spinal twists. Just trying to get that rotation through your upper mid back and less in your hips. Good, just a couple more. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. All right, so our next one is just to get some of our legs and hips moving. So we're going to do some walking on the spot. Colin, for you seated, you just have to do a little tiny march. So if you can, I'm not sure if you're comfortable just lifting your legs just slightly and then just alternating feet on the chair there. Hip movement, nice light steps, so don't just plonk your foot down. Good, all right. Standing still now, we're going to go in for our shadow boxing, start to warm up our shoulders. So let's bring our fists up in front of our chest, trying to keep our hips still a little bit, but there'll be a tiny bit of rotation as we punch forward. Make sure that that comes from your abdominals, not your shoulders too much. Good.
So you learn how to punch me without a shot.
Good, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good, let's go arms out to the side now. We're going to do little circles. Try to keep it out, relaxing your shoulders down. Good. And change directions, keeping your arms up. Good, and relax. Good. For the other ladies, we're going to do some heel taps. Colin, I don't know if you're going to feel comfortable with this one, but I still want the others still warm up their hips a little bit. So we're going to be doing just kind of tapping out in front to tap your heel, and then back down. Just tapping like this. If your ankles are fine, Colin, you can always do some C-shaped calf raises. So just going up onto your toes and only moving at the ankles rather than straightening the knee.
I don't know why it keeps flashing like that.
Good, almost there.
This is something to do with the Wi-Fi, I think.
Good, and stopping there. And then we're going to finish with just a couple of shoulder rolls. So just getting your shoulders up nice and high. Push them down. Much mobility in the shoulders as possible. Good, and back a little bit. And done, perfect. Awesome, so we're going to do a few rounds of some upper body exercises with our dumbbells, so let's grab those. So we're going to do 2 rounds of 10, I believe, of some different exercises. So our first one is going to be our bicep curl. So with your dumbbells in your hands, you want them down by your side, but your palms facing outwards. And then we're just focusing on our kind of bicep muscle that lives here in the upper arm. And we're just curling our weights to our shoulders and then slowly back down. So for our breathing, I want you to exhale as you curl them up and inhale as you come back down. Make sure we're still drawing in our tummy or switching on our pelvic floor that I've spoken about in previous weeks. 3 more. And last one. Good. Perfect. All right. So that's our first one there. And next one is going to be our shoulder press. So holding our weights now at our shoulders. This is our starting position. Still remembering to hold, for those who are standing or even still seated, Colin, so making sure that we're drawing in our tummy. So we're using our pelvic floor, using our abdomen, because this time now we're pushing up overhead. And sometimes when we do that, if we have in particular shortened range of movement, we compromise by leaning back. And we want to try and avoid that as much as possible. So trying to keep the tummy in, keep your trunk strong, and just push up overhead. So let's do 10.
Try and go straight up, love.
And last one. Good, perfect. All right, little rest there if you need. So for our third exercise now, we're going to combine both of them together. So you're going to start in that bicep curl position. You're going to come up for the curl, then press, then come back down and down. So 1 curl and 1 press will equal 1 repetition, and we're going for 10. So we're going, that'll be 1, down, good. Two left, guys. And last one. Good. Cool. All right. If you need a little drink break or just to take a moment to shake out your arms, that's fine. I'll just give you a short little break here, and then we will do it a second time.
Where's your water, love?
You get some for yourself?
No, I'm fine. Thanks.
Cool. Just give a minute.
Let's check.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll go back to our second round now. So we'll get set up for our bicep curls. So just grabbing the dumbbells again, palms facing outwards, and just doing that initial part for our bicep curl. Last one. All right, bringing our dumbbells up to our shoulders for our shoulder press. So just 10 straight presses, going up and down. And last one. Good. Perfect. All right. Now coming for our last round of our bicep curl and press together. So setting up for our bicep curl again. Remembering to curl, push up, back to your shoulders and uncurl. Good. 2. And that's halfway. And one more. Good. All right. Time again for another little sip if you need. And then we'll move into our next one, still using our dumbbells. All right, so this one can be done seated the whole time if you want, but for the added challenge, you can stand up. So just with our shoulders again, so we're going to do just a front raise. So bringing your hands in front of your thighs, this time palms facing your thighs. We want to make sure we're using our core, so our tummy muscles, and keeping our arms as straight as possible. And we're just going to lift the weights out in front, not to go higher than your shoulders, and then coming back down. So this is a front raise. So we're using more of our front shoulder and our abdomen to lift, and then come back down. That's 2. We'll go for 10, 8 more. And 2 more. And last one. Good. All right, this time relaxing your hands down by your side so your palms are facing the side of your leg. We're going to go for a lateral raise, so using more of your deltoid muscle across the top of your shoulder, or along the middle top of your shoulder. And we're going to go out to the side this time, no higher than your shoulders, and then lowering back down. So exhaling as you push up and down. Good. This is number 8, 9, and last one, 10. Good. All right. Now, as you can probably guess, we're going to combine them together for the last one. So it's going to be hands out in front, up for the front raise, down, move them to the side, out for the lateral raise. Front, and then to the side. Okay, so we'll do our 10. That's 5. 6. 7. 2 more. And last one, up out to the front and out to the side. Good. Have a moment just to drop your dumbbells, shake out your arms. So you have a second round of that, and that's fairly shoulder dominant. Good, and then grabbing your dumbbells again for our second round before we move on.
First.
All right, so our front raises, remember using your abdominals, because as the weight comes out in front, again, you're likely to lean back to try and counter it, or even just fall forward. So trying to use the abdominals to keep your trunk mass and strong. So we're going to go 10 for just front raises again. So palms are facing front of your thighs, trying to keep your arms as straight as possible. Exhale, lift up no higher than your shoulders and back down. Two left. And last one. Good. Out to the side. Remember to set your shoulders, keep them down and back. And then out to the side.
It's hard to sitting down on this thing.
Two more. And last one. Good, little shoulder roll if you need. We've got our last round of combining them together. So starting with our front raise, we go up to the front, come back out to the side for our lateral raise, and then repeat that until we get to 10. All right, when we're ready, exhaling, lifting up, and out to the side. Always inhaling down, exhale on the way up. All right, 4 left.
Oh, she can't count.
Feel the burn. Two more now. Last one. Good. All right. Put the dumbbells down. Grab a drink. Shoulder roll. Give them a little bit of movement without the weights. Now for the next one, it's a little bit more little bit more back related. So for those who are standing, we'll use the dumbbells. But Colin, maybe a TheraBand might be better in a seated position, because what we're doing is we're going to be hinging forward at the hips to do a row, and then also flies out to the side. So if you have a TheraBand that you can kind of hook around your good foot, you can do the banded row and then also a banded fly as well.
Oh, that's yours. Mine's like that. Okay.
If you have two different resistances, maybe have them close by in case the harder resistance is a bit too much, especially for the fly, because you're using your back to kind of pull it apart this way while it's kind of stuck on your foot. So your foot is like your pinpoint where it's looped on. If you need me to show you, I can how to set it up.
Yeah.
You want me to show you?
No, I'm fine.
You're good? Okay, so for the row, you need an anchor point. So you need it to be hooked around your foot, like how we've done banded rows before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you've got a point to kind of pull off both sides. Yeah, perfect. All right, for the others, grab your dumbbells. We're going to go into a hinge position. So that is only a small bend in your knees, but a big bend at your hips. So your chest is actually facing the ground a little bit more. And then your arms are going to be hanging long. So when you pull the weights up towards your chest, you're going to keep your elbows nice and close to your body, pull them up towards your ribs, and then slowly back down. We're going to do 10 of these. Three more. And 10. Good. Perfect. All right, so from there, so that's our bent over row, or just a TheraBand row. And then our next one is going to be a fly, but in the exact same bent over position. So you set up the exact same, and then you keep your arms just a small bend in your elbows, but kind of almost straight. And then you're going to go out to the side, trying to draw your shoulder blades together, and then down. Up and down. So for Colin, for you, still have that TheraBand anchored around your foot, your good foot, and you want to try and keep that same slightly bent position, but try and pull the TheraBand away or apart instead. Yeah, perfect. And still think about those shoulder blades trying to draw together in the middle of your back. If you've gone ahead, maybe guess how many reps you've done. We're only wanting 10. Sabina, give your elbows a little bit more of a bend. So instead of them being locked out, give them a little bend like that, and then you're going out. Yeah. And your palms are wanting to face the ground. Those are the dumbbells. Yeah.
Dumbbells.
Good. Did you want to use dumbbells too, Colin?
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just giving you an alternative if you'd like. You've probably done 10 there. So probably for the row, Colin, you'll find the TheraBand more beneficial because you're not getting that same hip hinge, or unless you're going to lean forward in your chair.
Yeah, I'll lean forward in the chair.
Okay, cool. All right, so now we're going to combine the two together. So you're going to go into that hinge position, leaning forward. You're going to do the row, then the fly. And that will equal 1. So I'll let you all count your own this time. In case everyone's going at a different pace. I've got 2 more. And last one. All right, little break if you need it. It's time to wipe your brow if you're starting to get a little sweaty. Or take a sip if you need a little extra hydration. We have one more round of those once you've all taken a moment to hydrate. And then just grabbing your dumbbells for another round of our rows and flies. Good, all right, so going into our bent over position again, remember drawing up the tummy so you're not arching through the back or putting too much stress. And we're just going for our rows first, just 10 rows, count them out yourself. Once you've done your 10, go straight into 10 flies, so out to the side. Good, and then once you've done that, let's go straight into our row and fly. So going to same position, bending your elbows for a row, and then out wide for your fly. And just counting through your own there as well. Row up, row down. So 2 separate movements, up for your row, down, arms out wide. All right, just counting them out yourself. So Sabina, just breaking them into 2 different movements. So row, down, then out, down. Yeah, then out wide, good, and down. Good, we'll have a little rest there anyways. Pop our dumbbells down, grab a sip of water again if you'd like. We've finished with that one. We have one more round of exercises, so it's our push-ups. So we'll do our push-ups against the wall. So for those using the wall, you'll be doing your normal push-ups, full chest to wall push-up. And then our second exercise will be a pulse. So you hold halfway, and then you do little tiny pulses. So they're kind of almost like bounces. So 10 normal push-ups first. Colin, grab your band. You'll be doing a chest press. Grab your band, put it around your mid-back to go for the stronger one. Holding it, and then you'll be just pushing out and in for your push-up. So just doing 10 full pushes, push-ups for the ladies. Yep. Just count through your own there because we've all started at different times. Good. Once you've done those 10, go back to the wall, hands on, holding halfway to the wall, and then you're doing little tiny pulses. So you're not actually coming out of the push-up. You'll be here, you'll be halfway, and you're pushing up and down between halfway.
You don't have to do that. No,
For
that's
10.
What am I doing?
You're just doing,
Yeah.
when you go against the wall, right, you don't come right back and you pulse.
Yeah.
Forward back, that's like that. That's right.
Correct. So just doing 10 little pulses. So Sabina, you don't need the bend.
Okay.
I've just got it here for what I was showing Colin.
Okay.
So you just go hands on the wall, hold halfway, and then push in and out, just small in and out. So you're not coming out all the way. You can still do pulses, Colin. So exactly the same as instead of your push out all the way, try and hold halfway and then just try and work those biceps. Keep them under tension the whole time. Just 10, so it should be fairly quick because it's nice and fast rather than our full movement. Good, and then we do both. So for the ladies, no bend, hands against the wall, 10 push-ups, and then 10 pulses really quickly. So all a continuous movement, and same thing for you, Colin. So now with your thing, 10 full pushes into straight 10 pulses straight afterwards.
There you go.
And then once you've done that, pat yourself on the back because you've made it through the strength workout. That's upper body only. And then we're going to go into some stretches. Quite a few. So have a sip of water, find your seat.
Take it out of you, didn't
Push-ups will do that to you. So we're going to start from kind of upper body and mainly upper body and upper back kind of stretches because that's what we've focused on today. So we're going to start with our trap stretch. So our traps are the ones that run, kind of might stick out on some people. They run between your shoulder and your neck. And they sometimes create like a little bit of bump there, kind of where my collar's sitting. So to do that, you're going to tilt your head to, so your ear to your right shoulder. You might start to feel it a little bit. To get a little bit more, you might want to gently place your hand on the top of your head and pull your head a little bit. So other side, Colin, if you've got your head tilting to the right, then use your right hand. Yep. Yep. So you're stretching down the opposite side to your tilt. And then you also want to try and push this shoulder down with your arm. Good. Slowly come out of that. So just release it slowly. Yep. And we're going to try the other side. So start with just the normal head tilt first. Try and push this shoulder away. So it might be hiked up here. So try and relax it. We'll push it down towards the ground. And then for a little bit extra stretch. Swap sides. Good. So now that stretch there was for our trap. So that's why we're going straight down to the side. This time to get a little bit more of your sternoclavicular. Oh, it's a long one, doesn't matter. SCM. I'll say it and then it will just, yeah, it's a long one. You're going to tuck your chin to your chest a little bit, but also while you're tipping it to the sides, we're creating it. So yeah, you can tip your head to the side first and then tuck your chin down to your chest, and it will feel like a little bit more in your neck there. And that's getting a really big neck muscle. Same thing, just try to push your shoulder down and away. And then coming back up, and we'll do the same thing. So tip your head to the side first, and then roll your head forward so your chin's coming more towards your chest. Good, and coming back up. Now the last one here is just our chin straight down to our chest. So you'll feel it all down the back of your spine. And then the same thing as before, if you're not quite feeling it, you can use your hand to gently apply pressure to the back of your head and pull it further towards your chest. Just do it gently though. Good, and coming back up. And then we'll just do a few gentle head rolls. Back the other way. So just try and move your head only, not your shoulders. Good, and stopping there before we get too dizzy. All right, let's move into our arms. So let's go hands behind your back if you can, pushing the chest forward to open up the chest. An alternative option to this is throughout the day, if you're beside a wall or a corner of a door or something, you can put your arm up like so and push forward and open up through the chest there as well. So that's another alternative for that one. Let's do a tricep stretch. So now coming over onto your back. So if you've got your right hand, trying to fold it over your right shoulder, using your left hand to try and pull that elbow back so you can reach further down your back. That right hand, and you should be feeling it in the back of your upper arm there. Good, and we'll swap sides. So just come out of the stretch slowly, never just drop your arm out of it. And then going to the other side. Good, coming down. All right, so we're going to go try and stretch the back of our shoulder and our rhomboids. So for that one, we're going to bring our arm across the body, hook the arm there, and then just trying to pull it in towards your chest. Nice deep breath. And relaxing down. And we're going to go to the other side now. So bring the other arm across your body, hook that one underneath. Again, try and pull it across your body and towards.
Thank you. Yeah, all good. Thanks.
Good. All right, releasing that one slowly. A couple of shoulder rolls, nice and gentle. We're going to go for our forearm and our hands now as well, because believe it or not, gripping a dumbbell or even a TheraBand can place a little bit of a toll on the arms. So hands out in front, palm facing the ground. I want you to grab your fingers and bend at the wrist. And just do it very, very gently, because if you haven't done this before, it can be quite a little bit unpleasant. And by folding the fingers down, you should feel it across the top of your forearm. So we're kind of bending more at the wrist, but your hand is just pulling on your fingers. Take more of a stretch. Then I'm going to release that one. Turn your hands so your palm is facing up towards the roof. Doing the same thing, bending at the wrist, but this time we're getting the underside of our forearm.
Yeah, it's more flexible than mine. Oh, you can bend yours all the way.
All the way? How far are you getting yours?
No, I can't do it. Oh,
Let's try the other hand, or just give your wrists a little roll, and then we will try the other hand. So starting palm down, and then bending your fingers down. Good, slowly releasing that one. Just roll it a little bit, give it a wiggle. And we've got the other one where our palm is facing up. And then we go pull down and get the underside of our forearm. Good. All right, slowly releasing that one. Just roll it and wiggle it again. We've got one more. We're going to try and get our lats and the side of our body. So we're going to do our side bend stretch. So you can do it seated. It's probably a little bit better to isolate the muscles without having to worry about the hips, but you can do it standing, so it doesn't matter. But hands kind of down by your side. We're going to go to the right first. So all I'm doing is just kind of tipping like a teapot almost, and then getting that stretch down this left side. If you want more of a stretch, you just bring that left arm over your head, and that's going to create that pull. And then coming back up. And we're just going to do now to the other side. So tip first, try and open up. So try not to lean forward and do it, more towards the side, and then bring that other hand up and over for more of a pull if you need. If it's not really contributing in a nice way, or you think it's not giving you much more of a stretch, you can leave your arm down. Good, and coming back up. And then I lied, we'll do one more little one, just a little rotation, just to get some movement back to our spine after doing that stretch. Good, perfect, all done. Excellent work, everybody.
Thank you.
Hopefully your arms aren't too sore tomorrow. You can still use them, hopefully. But watch out for the second day. The second day is always the worst. Awesome. What was that, Colin?
So thank you very much. I just realized how I'm not as supple as I thought I was.
Not a problem. All good. You keep doing this, you will be. Perfect. And hope you all enjoy your weekend. And I will see you when I see you next.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.